one. Why am I not getting a picture? Sorry. Figure out what's going on here. Okay, here we go. You will be able to write a quadratic function from different graphs and tables. I'm going to ask you guys to that you've learned so far, and they're going to be up on the board. They're there, vertex form, intercept form, and standard form. Okay, example 1. Write a quadratic function in vertex form. Oh, look, what are they saying here? Write it in what form? Vertex form. You know to use vertex form because the picture gives you the vertex and the point. So if they say write a quadratic function from the graph, look at the graph and say, what are they giving me? They're giving me a vertex and a point. Look at the forms. What form should I use? Vertex form. Okay? Plug in h and k and the given point for x and y, solve for a, and rewrite the equation. So I know that they're giving me the vertex and a point, so I'm going to use vertex form. Okay? Now I'm going to write the point over here. The point they gave me was 5, 3. I know that's my x and my y. And then the vertex they gave me was 3, 2. That's my h and my k. Correct? Yeah? All right, I'm going to plug in what they gave me. Yes?
On the graph, the 3, 2 is actually...
Oh, it should be -1. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I meant to change that. It's 3, -1. Okay? All right, let's plug in what we know. So y is 3. Where did I get that from? My point, right? I don't know a. I know x is 5 minus 3. That's my h plus -1. See how I plugged all that in? What I need to do is I need to solve for a. Before I can write the equation, I need to know what a is. Okay? So, let's see what we have here. A times 2 squared plus -1. Three equals, I'm going to switch this around, 4a plus -1. 2 squared is 4, correct? And now I just solve for a. So I add 1 to both sides. I get 4 equals 4a. And a equals 1. Yeah? Now I can write the equation. All right? So I'm going to go and I'm going to fill in what I know. I know that I leave the y. A is 1. Do I have to write a as 1? No, I don't need to really write it, but I'll just put it here just so you know. X minus 3 minus 1. There's a squared here. Don't forget the squared. So I wrote it in vertex form, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Now, you don't have to write the 1, obviously, in the front there. And you're done. So basically, what you're doing in this section is you're writing an equation from the graph they gave you. And you tell what you're supposed to do by looking at the picture. Here they gave me the vertex and a point. I've got to use vertex form. All right, example 2. Write the quadratic function in intercept form. You know to use intercept form because the picture gives you the intercepts and a point. So, here's intercept form. Okay? Now the point is 1, 3. That's my xy. I'm going to say my p is 2 and my q is 4. P and q are the intercepts, remember? So then I have to solve for a in order to write the equation. So I plug in what I know. Plug in the numbers I know. 3 equals a. It doesn't matter. Oh, x minus 2, x minus 4. Except, can I put more in? I forgot. What can I put in there? Let's put in the 1 for x. That would really help, wouldn't it? X is 1. Now I can solve for A. A equals -1 times -3. 3 equals 3A. Oh, and look at that. Just a coincidence. A is 1 again. And now I can actually write the equation. Y equals x minus 2, x minus 4. That's it. Doable? So this is kind of the first type of thing you'll be doing in practicing. Okay? Oh, this one's so much fun. Are you ready? All right, write a quadratic function in standard form. Write a quadratic function in standard form for the parabola that passes through these given points. How to? Substitute the coordinates of each point into y equals ax squared plus bx plus c to get a system of 3 linear equations. Solve the system using elimination, remember? Because we need to find out what a, b, and c are. So we can plug in the x and the y. So I'm going to use this right here. And I'm going to do equation 1, equation 2. I'm going to use these. Okay, equation 1, if I plug in x and y, would look like this. 30 equals a times -2 squared plus b times -2 plus c. I'm plugging in the x and the y from this particular point into the standard form. Stay with me. Okay? Now I'm going to make it prettier. Okay? That's as far as I can go for now. Then I'm going to plug x and y from the second point into standard form. So same thing. That's my second point. If I make that prettier, it looks like this. A plus B plus C. That's it. That's the second point. Jenny? Okay, and then the third point, if I plug in the x and y, it looks like this. 36 equals a times 4 squared plus b times 4 plus c. It's kind of a tight squeeze. 36 equals 16a plus 4b plus c. Okay. Now, what's the next direction? Do you remember doing the system with 3 variables and 3 equations? So let's look at this. You can use the calculator or you can do it by hand. If you remember how to do it on the calculator, I don't have a problem with that. Okay? Use the calculator or by hand. You go back and look. You make a matrix just like in the last one. So I have A and B now. Oh, look! Look how pretty that is. Look what we can get rid of. See that? We can get rid of the B. So I'm going to bring A right over here. I can automatically get rid of that B, and I'm going to have 54 equals 18A. And A is equal to 3. Beautiful. Now, I need A, B, and C. I'm going to say A is 3. I need B. I need C. Doesn't matter what you do. Let's take this A equals 3 and plug it into this one right here. I'm going to take and plug it into there. And get 24 equals 9 plus -3b. subtract 9. And B equals negative 5. Yeah? Okay, then what do? Into one of the equations. I'm just going to tell you it's 8. Okay? Now you can write the equation in standard form by just plugging in A, B, and C. So y equals 3x squared minus 5x plus 8. Voila! Isn't that beautiful? Okay, the last part here is basically just here, and make sure you turn one on. There's got to be one of them's got to be on. So just put it on. You got when you want to plot your statistics, so you got to go to stat plot and turn it on. Okay? Now let's graph it and see what happens. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You're still seeing my circle. I got to get rid of that. That's because we don't have the right window. So how do we get the calculator to zoom in on our statistics? How do we get the calculator to do that? Zoom, and it probably is 9, but let's just, if you're not sure, go down and look. See, it says zoom stat. So you want the calculator to zoom in on your statistics, so push enter. Oh, there they are. Got that? Yeah? Okay. Now that's not all we're doing. We want the calculator to come up with the equation that goes with this parabola. The calculator will do it from your statistics that you entered. Does anybody remember how to get the linear equation? How do you do it? You go back to where your statistics are in stat. Go to stat, over to calc. However, we don't want linear regression. We want what? Quadratic regression. We want number 5. Did you all hear that? So go down to 5, enter. Oh, would you look at that? Well, if those are the only lists that are in there, the calculator just uses those. Okay? All right? So write down the equation then. These are your A, B, and C right here. Isn't that a beautiful equation? Hold on just a second. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of funny because if you look at the revenue here, I think it's interesting. This is the cost of the T-shirts. It goes up and up and up, and then when the cost goes to 14, what happens to the revenue? Goes down. So what does that tell you? What's like the ideal price probably? Right around what? 12. This is kind of stuff I want you to think about. Instead of just plugging and chugging and not thinking about it again, you should start to analyze what this means. Okay? This is saying that the maximum revenue, we could figure out the maximum point, is telling you the best cost for the T-shirt. That's what it's doing. Okay? All right, that's